Hey everyone, welcome back to Kathleen Ralph's 100 Days of Comics. I am Kathleen. Today is episode 14. It's also day 22. I'm also updating for the weekend. There was a lot of work that I did over the weekend, including setting up a new kind of golden ratio layout program for myself, and I hope that the video for that came out, although I took it on my iPhone and things are a bit weird. So as I upload this, you will get to see if you can actually see what I'm doing or not. And then I drew out the next comic. This is sort of a multi-part comic that's sort of going to be more of a story. This was something that I wanted to do for a while, is sort of extend out my comics to not just sort of be like a one hit, one joke kind of thing, but maybe have like a bit of a story now that goes along with that. So that's what I'm doing now. So stay tuned, and here are the videos. So the layout for this is actually pretty simple. It's dividing my sheet into thirds, so that I've sort of got like the golden ratio, really, or the sort of good layout usually involves thirds. And then I divide the center split it in half, and then vertically I go and split it into half again, and split those halves into halves. And then I sort of draw my cross pieces and the circles that I want to go into. The idea sort of being just to be more aware of where the eye goes between panels. So try and have things pointed in a direction that leads to appropriate flow. So this is sort of what it looks like now. So then when I set up my panels, I set them up so that they weren't like four uniform squares at the top. You want to offset your gutters for your panels that way, and that's what I did. And then sort of arrange it so that things are pointing in different directions to sort of guide the eye, which is why I ended up sort of rotating this panel so that the hands were pointing in a different direction. So the hands were pointing more to the right hand side of the page, which is where we were going to end up looking, and the one hand was sort of actually pointing to the right and then down a little bit. The eyes, of course, are looking down to the next layer. The hands are bringing you across towards where the feet are going. The one leg there that's bent is pointing you back to the beginning of the panel that's got the cell phone in it. So hopefully this sort of thoughtful layout of how things are going to work will make the comic a little bit easier to read. Also, the idea that I want to be working on multiple page stories is important to me. So the idea would be that eventually all of these pages might end up being in like a printed mini comic or something like that I might be able to give out at a comic convention. So what you're seeing here really is multiple days of work condensed into one really excellent update video. I have not got to the shading portion yet, but things are coming along actually really well. And this comic is laid out much differently and is sort of organized much differently than some of my other comics are going. And part of this is just research on how to make a good comic. And I'm hoping that my comics will be getting better visually, as well as my storytelling will be getting better as I go along. So that's about it for today. Thank you for joining in, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.